What? What do you mean you don't care the Heat lost? That's why I don't care, baby. That's why I don't care. Right there. Right when the camera cut to that man right there, nodding and shaking his head, looking like a demon. Look at him waving. That's an apex predator right there, man. That's an apex predator right there. Ooh, I can't wait for Saturday. I can't wait for Saturday. I even want to talk about this game. I'll talk about the game, obviously. I love this game, but man, not big face coffee, but all right, let's get to this game. I don't know. Where do you want to begin? First of all, Knicks fans, strange bunch.
Bing bong.
I'm from Jersey, grew up a 90s Knicks fan. You know, I was cheering on Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley, and you know, I grew up watching Jordan and Reggie Miller absolutely destroy us and, you know, traumatizing my childhood and all that stuff. I understand that the Knicks haven't really been good in about a quarter of a century, okay? Fine. I think I heard this is the first home playoff win in the second round of playoffs in 10 years. So, I mean, these Knicks fans, they're acting like, you see these people on the internet. I'm getting text messages and with this braggadociousness, and I'm like, did you? Are you guys delusional? You have no Jimmy, no Tyler, no Vic, who honestly I'd love to see a healthy Vic right now guarding Jalen Brunson. No Max Strus for like a whole quarter, who was having a great game up until he got hurt. Caleb's all beat up in the end. I mean, and you know, I wrote this down. How many lead changes? 13 ties, 15 lead changes. No one ever had a double-digit lead. Like, you guys, this should have been a blowout. Knicks fans, this should have been a blowout. And you're over there, you know, acting like you guys just won the Eastern Conference Finals or something. Like, what is going on with you guys, man? Anyway, man, I couldn't be happier with how this team played up until about, you know, the last like 4 minutes when everything went haywire, and, you know, we'll get into all that stuff. But man, this whole game, I'm just sitting there with a big smile on my face. The whole time I was like, I don't care if we win. I'm a little bit happy that I'm genuinely happy that we did lose, because if we won both these games, I thought like we would have been going back to Miami a little bit too comfortable. But now you saw that look Jimmy had on. Now it's war. Now it's war. Now there's blood has been drawn. They got chip on their shoulder. Now they got chip on their shoulder. You know, there's a fire under their butts. You know, and so I'm kind of happy they lost. This was probably the best loss of the season. One of the first things I wrote: who will be our offensive threat? And tonight, Caleb and Gabe, man. Caleb and Gabe brought it. And man, I like, that's another thing about these Knicks fans. Like, you guys are out here getting cooked by a team that's playing all these undrafted guys. Let's see here. Caleb, undrafted. Gabe, undrafted. Max, undrafted. Haywood Highsmith, undrafted. And you're out here bragging. You're getting cooked by a bunch of guys who were in the G League, like you know, 2-3 years ago. Haywood Highsmith was a D2 guy. He was playing in Germany like in 2020. I know Coach Tibbs. I like Coach Tibbs. I was reading about him. Seems like he's the kind of guy that players love. But I just love how every time the camera cuts to that guy, he always looks like he's disgusted. He just has that kind of expression on his face, I guess. But the Knicks can be up like 25, and the camera will cut to Tibbs, and he's just like, he just looks like he's disgusted with what he's seeing. And then I love when the camera cuts to Spo, and Spo will just have his arms crossed with that like maniacal, mad genius look on his face, like he's concocting some kind of brilliant game plan I wrote I was maniacally laughing after the second Duncan three to give us the largest lead of the game. Up to that point was 6 points, and I remember like Duncan hit that three, and I was going like. At that point, I didn't even care what happens because just I had this kind of out of body experience, and I was like, just the fact that we're here, like after everything that we went through in this season, some magic happened with the basketball gods, and we beat the Bucks 4-1. Now we're at this point up 1-0 against the Knicks. We're in the Garden. Eastern Conference semifinals. Duncan Robinson all of a sudden is playing basketball. He's hitting threes. We're up 6 against the Knicks, and I was like, I don't even care. I don't even care what happens because like I know this game is like we're probably not going to win. If we do win, cool. It's like what's the saying? You're playing with house money in this kind of game. You got Jimmy Butler on the sideline eating popcorn. Oh, another annoying Knick thing is like the "ref you suck" chant that everybody does nowadays. Like I get it, like it's warranted sometimes, but the Knicks fans will do it when it's like such an unbelievably obvious foul. It'll be like such an obvious foul. You'll see the replay and you're like, oh yeah, I can say obvious. That's obviously a foul. And the Knicks fan will be, ref you suck, ref you suck. I'm like, what are you guys watching? Like the delusion of Knicks fans. And like once again, I used to be a Knicks fan. I got pictures. I'll put the pictures of me up. I'm such a Knicks fan. I owned a Chris Childs jersey. Okay? Only a real Knicks fan from back in the 90s owned a Chris Childs Knicks jersey, okay? That was the old me. That was the old me, okay? Hey, 90s Knicks were awesome. And 90s Heat were awesome. 90s basketball was awesome. So, yeah, first half was great. Kevin Love hit a dagger three at the end of the half to put us up 3 going to halftime. What do I have? Heat playing hard, smart, sound basketball. Great shots. Spo coaching genius on display. Clear rhythm on display. Yeah, so this is an interesting thing I wrote down, which was a definite premonition for the second half. I wrote down, Brunson is the engine of the team, and he's been quiet. And then what happened in the second half? What did he have? 24 points in the second half? Like he went off the second half. So the third quarter was really just more tough basketball. You knew the Knicks were going to come out strong, but I felt like the Heat were going to be able to handle it. Oh, Mitchell Robinson had 4 fouls with 5:38 left. So like that was really good. But then this Hartenstein character, this guy played a great game. And then Strus got hurt. Like we were rolling. We were rolling in that third quarter, and then Strus got hurt. We were up 5 with 4 minutes. And that's right around the time Jalen Brunson started heating up. And that's when I had a bad feeling. That's when reality kicked in, and I was like, oh yeah, like this is like really gonna be hard for us to actually win this game and close this game, especially with a fully healthy, full roster Knicks team and us just missing a bunch of key players. Because now at this point we had no Max, no Tyler, no Vic, no Jimmy, against a full roster Knicks team. And then Kevin Love missed those 2 free throws, and I was like, oh, not good. And then the Knicks took the lead. Didn't last long, but it was their first lead. It was 70-something to 70-something. It was the first lead the Knicks had since 31-29. And then we ended the quarter up 1. Fourth quarter is when things get kind of crazy. Gabe Vincent, man, this guy, what a tough dude, what a great player this guy is turning into before our very eyes. Emmanuel Quickley, man, like some of these players I notice in the league, like they try to do these Euro steps, but when they're doing the Euro step and they bring the ball across, they just like straight up elbow the defender like right in the face on the whatever this part of the Euro step is. The step part in the Euro step is like boom, elbow to the face. He almost like takes Gabe's head off And then Gabe comes down, hits a three-pointer, and then another three-pointer, and then a layup. Back to back to back, I'm pretty sure. And then Caleb Martin hit a three. But at that point, we went on a really nice run at that point. This is when things got really bad. This was this endless possession. Everybody keeps talking about this possession. And it was like the longest possession in the history of NBA basketball. It lasted a minute and 12 seconds. They had 5 different shot opportunities. We're going to take a little pause here from the video, and I'm going to torture you guys with that.
Bruh.
And how that one call was a foul on Kyle when he was boxing out Julius Randle, and Julius Randle kind of just like elbows him in the face and then falls on top of him. Maybe it was looked different from a different angle. From this point on is when we really needed more out of Bam. Bam only took, I think, 10 field goal attempts that night. We need way more field goal attempts out of Bam. And he did well against Mitchell Robinson, but this Hardenstein guy was just like, kind of eating his lunch, man. And like we can't let that happen. And Bam did come out after the game. He blamed the loss on himself.
Nah, I just got to play better. I feel like this game was on me. And I lost it for us. So I got to be better. I played terrible. So yeah, I put this one on me.
It wasn't all his fault. We did end up getting out-rebounded by the Knicks 50-34. So we got out-rebounded by 16. Not good. So the other weird play that everybody was talking about was this. I'd never seen anything like this in my life. Jalen Brunson shoots a three. Hardenstein kind of like gets in his way, and they're like pushing each other. And they call a foul on Bam while Jalen Brunson's shooting the shot, and then they give Jalen Brunson the three-pointer, and Hardenstein also gets to go and shoot a foul shot. And I'm like, I swear, in all the years I've been watching basketball, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And when I saw it, every time I watched that replay, and I tried to really be objective about it, it looked like the foul occurred way before Jalen Brunson was getting the shot off.
The biggest play of the game, and I got a real problem. I seldom criticize officiating. Look at the contact right there. Look at Brunson now going up for the shot. Clearly, in our estimation, that contact, I don't care how the officials wanted to spin it, it came before Brunson gathered and took the shot. That was a 4-point play that swung momentum and changed this game.
That was a weird play, weird call. That really sucked the wind out of us. That 1 minute of hell that I played before where they had 5 possessions in 1 minute, that sucked the wind out of us. And then the other one that killed us, that supposed air ball that wasn't an air ball, that clearly hit the rim.
It hit the rim.
Went right into Gabe's hands for an easy layup. I think that would have put us only down 1. That didn't count. So I mean, those were a bunch of possessions that just killed us. But look, man, I'm not making excuses. Like we missed some shots that we could have made, and the rebounding killed us. And the Knicks hit big shots. We didn't really hit any big shots. The Knicks did hit big shots, and that's when you really miss guys like Jimmy and Tyler, man, because we didn't have, as awesome as those guys were that played and as hard as they played. And I'm so proud of those guys, man. I'm so proud of those guys for what they did tonight. We didn't really have a closer. You need someone like a Jimmy or a Tyler in those last crunch time 4 minutes when things really get to the nitty gritty to really seal the deal. And we were missing that tonight. Knicks ended the game on a 21-7 run. Oof. Oh man, that hurts. And yeah, these Knicks, man, the Knicks have nothing to celebrate. This was the best loss of the Miami Heat season for sure. I'm not worried about it. If you're a Heat fan, man, you should not be worried about it. If anything, like I said, this is like a good loss because this lights a fire under all of them. It puts a chip on their shoulder. You saw that look that Jimmy gave with that smirk and waving at the fans like that. Oh, Jimmy's ready, man. Jimmy's ready. They're gonna come out. It's Saturday's gonna be a war. Saturday is gonna be a war. Buckle up. That's all I'm gonna say. Buckle up. I feel like after this game, even though we lost, I'm all the more confident that we're gonna win this series. Once we get Jimmy back and he gets 6 days of rest, like it should be Heat in 5. Should be Heat in 5, maybe 6. I'm still saying Heat in 5, maybe 6. That's still where I'm at. Yes, everybody's like harping on Scott Foster. Look, man, I'm not going to sit here and do the ref blame game thing when you get out rebounded 50-34 and you're missing your best players. But the ref, some of those calls definitely did not help for sure. The confidence and purpose that the Heat played with today, and that they were able to accomplish what they accomplished, the fact that this game could have easily been theirs, the fact that they were in it the whole game, it seemed like they were leading the majority of the game. Couldn't be happier. I can't wait for Saturday. Jimmy will be back. Hopefully, Max and Caleb, they looked a little banged up. They should be good. Hopefully, whatever's going on with Bam's hamstring will be good. Our team, the Heat, they definitely needed some days off, man, because they've been going nonstop from the regular season to the Hawks game, to the Bulls game, to the Bucks series, to this series. I feel like they've barely had any time off. So, it's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait for Saturday. All right, I can't wait for Saturday.